Pete mentioned at my first introduction about little cards that I give out to people. And I want to share a little story. My husband and I had gone to breakfast one Saturday. We were sitting at a booth. We looked over in a corner, and there was a family. They had 4 young children, and mom and dad were completely engaged with those 4 kids. And as I watched, they were helping them color, or they were helping them learn manners. They were helping them. As they ate breakfast, they were using that as a teaching moment. And as a principal, I was like, yes, they're doing the right thing. So I went up after breakfast and just said to them, hey, I just want to say thank you. I want to acknowledge that you are doing the right thing with your kids. You're teaching, you're pouring into them, you are present with them. And so my husband and I had a conversation after our breakfast, and I'm like, okay, how many times do we go out to eat and we see mom and dad on a phone, we see a child or children on tablets, and no one's making eye contact. No one's even speaking to each other. And guys, I know it's hard as young parents. Sometimes it's easy to pass off that device so our children are quiet and they're engaged with something, but they don't need to be engaged with technology. They need to be engaged with us. So one of the things that my husband and I now do is we took it a step further, and we said, all right, next time we go, we're going to pay for that meal. And so several times we would tell a waitress or a waiter, hey, we want to pay anonymously for that family's meal, and this is why. And I'd go through the whole little thing of why we were wanting to recognize that they were not on devices, that they were engaged with their children. We did that a few times, and I'm not so sure how the message got translated from us to the family. So I was like, all right, I'm going to make a little card, make it very easy, make it very simple. So now whenever I give a business card out, I do consulting and leadership development, as Pete mentioned. I also give a little card, and it just says family first. And basically, or it's time to focus, right? And so on the card, it just says family time, and it says focus, family first, optimize presence, communication counts, unplug together, stay connected, emotionally, not digitally. And then I have a Bible verse on there just as a reminder as parents what our role is, right? Where that responsibility comes from. And so it's my hope, it's my desire that we are modeling. We've had several people today talk about how important it is that we invest in our youth, that we invest in our children. And I just want to encourage those of you who are listening, who are parents, it really does start there, right? As parents, we make a difference. Earlier, I talked about what does it look like on the other side of you. So I want to ask you as parents, when you're eating with your family, and it can be whether your family is your spouse, your significant other, whether your family are your children, whatever that family looks like, what do you look like on the other side of you when you're having dinner together? Are you on a device? Are you disconnected? Or are you using that as an opportunity to model what it means to truly connect and have conversation and engage? So often our children do not have those skills. And as part of my business, I've developed a leadership program for youth that helps them learn some of those soft skills. But I hope that as parents, we start that process at young ages and teaching our children to make eye contact, to have conversation, giving them that confidence to engage with others and with adults and with their peers. So whenever I give out my business cards and I'm sharing about my business, I hope that people will take this card that I give them and they will do the same thing. They'll hold on to it. They'll be in a restaurant. They'll see a family that's engaged with each other. Anonymously, they will pay for that meal just to tell those parents, thank you for investing in your children, taking time and modeling what it needs to look like on the other side of them. They don't need to be hiding behind a screen when they're with their friends. They need to learn as teenagers to put the phones down when we go out to eat together or we're hanging out together. Not sit across the table and text one another instead of having conversation. We want our children to go and be productive in our community and in our society, and we need to model that. So helping them to think about what does it look like on the other side of me, right? And making sure that when we see it modeled well, we acknowledge it, we encourage it, and we reward it. Thank you.